The mind is the gateway to the future, shaped moment by the thoughts we entertain, the beliefs we hold, and the attitudes we embody. Within its depths lies a vast power capable of dissolving fear, doubt, and negativity, and of awakening faith, confidence, and hope. To master the art of positive thinking is to unlock a wellspring of energy, courage, and clarity that guides one toward success, fulfillment, and profound peace. This mastery transcends mere wishful thinking or hollow affirmations. It is rooted in disciplined thought, time-honored principles, and simple yet profound practices. Through the transformation of the inner landscape, calming the restless mind, embracing spiritual strength, and nurturing resilient habits, the soul is renewed, and life itself becomes a reflection of that enduring joy and strength. Chapter 1: Believe in yourself. Belief is the root from which all true success grows. No matter how much skill, education, or opportunity someone has, none of it will matter if they don't first believe in themselves. The single greatest block to achievement isn't external, it's internal. It's the quiet, invisible thought that says, "I'm not good enough." And for many, that thought has been playing in their minds for years. From early childhood, a person may receive messages that diminish their sense of self-worth. A careless remark from a teacher, a critical parent, a painful failure, or a public embarrassment, these experiences can plant seeds of inferiority. Those seeds grow silently, and over time, they shape how a person sees themselves. What starts as a small doubt becomes a recurring belief. Soon enough, that belief starts whispering in every situation. You can't do it. You're not smart enough. You're going to fail. That inner voice becomes the master. Even the most promising people with talent and potential are kept stuck in place, not by outside obstacles, but by inner disbelief. But here's the truth. You are not less than anyone. You are not weak, stupid, unworthy, or doomed to mediocrity. Those thoughts are lies, built on old fears, and like all lies, they can be replaced by truth. This transformation begins when you make the decision to believe, not in luck, not in chance, but in the incredible potential God placed inside you. Changing that inner belief system starts with repetition. The human mind absorbs what it hears often. If someone constantly hears, "You're worthless," they'll start to believe it. But the same principle works in reverse. If you begin saying to yourself daily, "I am capable, I can handle this, I am strong," eventually your mind accepts that truth as well. The subconscious cannot resist repeated suggestion. That's why the consistent practice of positive affirmations is one of the most powerful tools for personal change. A man once came for help, convinced he was a failure. Despite having a good job, a stable family, and a sharp mind, he felt unworthy. He had been overlooked for promotions and had begun to believe there was something fundamentally wrong with him. I gave him a simple assignment. Stand in front of the mirror every morning and repeat this sentence 10 times with energy and belief. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." He followed that practice faithfully, though it felt strange at first. After a few weeks, his confidence began to grow. He carried himself differently. He stopped second-guessing himself in meetings. Within months, his performance was noticed, and he was promoted. Nothing changed in his environment, only in his mind. The words you speak to yourself shape the world you experience. In addition to affirmations, visualization plays a key role in building belief. The brain responds to mental pictures. If you constantly picture yourself failing, stumbling, or being rejected, your actions will follow those images. You'll hesitate, back down, or avoid taking chances. But if you deliberately create a new image, one where you see yourself speaking with confidence, completing your work with success, handling situations with calm, you start to live in that direction. The mind is like a thermostat. It regulates the conditions of your life based on the mental setting you give it. That's why it's vital to visualize success, not once, but regularly. Close your eyes and see yourself walking into that interview calmly, delivering your speech boldly, making decisions with clarity. Picture yourself happy, healthy, fulfilled. The more real you make it in your mind, the more natural it becomes in your behavior. But belief doesn't grow on positive thinking alone. It needs spiritual grounding. True confidence is rooted in something deeper than personal ambition. It's grounded in faith. When you connect with a higher power, you draw strength from a source greater than yourself. Prayer becomes the bridge between fear and faith. It lifts the burden off your shoulders and reminds you that you're not walking alone. Many people feel isolated in their struggles, as if everything rests on their own strength. That pressure leads to anxiety and burnout. But when you stop and pray, even just a few minutes a day, you recharge your inner world. Prayer brings peace. It quiets the noise. It reminds you that there is a divine purpose to your life and that you're equipped to fulfill it. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. It means you don't let fear stop you. It doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. It means you keep going anyway, because you know your worth is not defined by one bad moment. It's defined by something much greater, by the steady, unshakable truth that you were made for more. Every successful person has faced fear. Every great leader has doubted themselves at some point. The difference is that they didn't stay there. They learned to speak back to the fear. They chose faith over doubt. And they acted, even when it was uncomfortable. You must train your mind to do the same. It won't happen overnight. Years of negative thinking don't disappear in a day, but with consistent effort, the fog of doubt begins to lift. Each time you speak truth over yourself, you chip away at the walls that have held you back. Each time you visualize success, your courage grows. Each prayer you whisper adds strength to your steps, and slowly, surely, belief takes root. Another essential point is to stop comparing yourself to others. Nothing weakens self-belief faster than comparison. Someone will always seem smarter, wealthier, or more confident than you. But their path is not your path. You are not meant to live anyone else's story. You are meant to live yours. And that story can be powerful if you stop measuring your worth by other people's highlights. Instead, focus on progress. Every time you show up despite fear, every time you try again after failure, you are growing. Celebrate that. Speak kindly to yourself. Catch the negative thoughts and correct them. When you hear, "I can't handle this," respond, "I'm stronger than I think." When you hear, "I'm going to mess up," say, "Even if I do, I'll learn and improve." This is the inner work that rebuilds confidence. Even body language matters. Stand tall, walk with purpose, smile more. These physical actions reinforce the belief you're building. The way you carry yourself sends signals to your brain. When you act confident, even before you feel it, you help your mind adjust to the new reality. Others will begin to notice too. People respond to belief. When you believe in yourself, you give them permission to believe in you as well. You attract better opportunities, build stronger relationships, and carry influence, not through force, but through the quiet strength of conviction. The ultimate truth is this: you are capable of far more than you believe. Within you are gifts, strengths, and possibilities that haven't even been touched yet. But none of them will emerge unless you take the first step, believing they're there. Say it, write it, pray it, see it, live it. Because when you believe in yourself, with God's help, there is nothing that can stand in your way. And that belief will carry you further than talent, luck, or chance ever could. Chapter 2, A Peaceful Mind Generates Power. A calm and peaceful mind is the foundation of true personal power and strength. It is not just a nice-to-have state of being, but an essential condition for success, health, and happiness. When the mind is troubled by anxiety, fear, tension, or unrest, it acts like an engine running low on fuel. It sputters, stalls, and can't perform at its best. In contrast, a mind at peace is like a well-tuned machine running smoothly and efficiently, directing energy and focus where it's needed most. This inner calm recharges the body, clarifies thoughts, steadies emotions, and ultimately empowers the spirit to face life's challenges with confidence and grace. Many people unknowingly live in a constant state of mental disturbance. They wake up with worries swirling in their heads, move through their day overwhelmed by pressure, and fall asleep burdened by unresolved concerns. This cycle of stress doesn't just drain energy, it corrodes the body and weakens the immune system, causing fatigue, irritability, and often physical illness. The mental noise and chaos create a fog that clouds judgment, dulls creativity, and weakens willpower. But peace is not a distant ideal reserved for the lucky few. It is attainable for anyone willing to learn how to cultivate it within themselves. The journey to inner peace begins with a decision, a conscious choice to refuse the habitual pull of worry and fear, and instead invite calmness and trust into your mind. This does not mean denying life's difficulties or pretending problems don't exist. Rather, it means developing the strength to confront challenges without losing your center. The mind that remains peaceful in the midst of storms is the mind that can see clearly, respond wisely, and act decisively. Peace creates the space for clarity, creativity, and calm strength to emerge. One of the most effective ways to notice peace is through daily spiritual practice. Setting aside time each day, whether in the early morning, during a midday pause, or in the quiet evening hours to pray, meditate, or reflect, offers a powerful reset for the mind and heart. These moments of focused silence allow you to step back from life's noise and reconnect with a higher source of strength and wisdom. Even a few minutes of prayer or meditation can slow the racing mind, ease tension, and invite a deep sense of calm. Beginning and ending your day with affirmations of peace. Phrases like, "I place my day in God's hands," or "Peace fills my heart and mind," opens your spirit to receive guidance and protection throughout your daily journey. In addition to spiritual focus, learning to slow your pace is essential. The hectic speed of modern life often traps people in a frantic cycle of busyness, leaving little room to breathe, reflect, or rest. This unrelenting rush drains mental and physical reserves. Choosing to slow down, walking more deliberately, speaking softly, and breathing deeply can create a profound shift in your energy and outlook. When you slow your movements, your mind also begins to calm. You become more aware of your surroundings and more present in your actions. This presence builds resilience and strengthens your ability to handle stress. Throughout the day, taking intentional peace breaks helps maintain this calm state. These breaks might be a quiet walk outdoors, a few moments of silent prayer, or simply sitting calmly away from distractions. These small pockets of stillness act as mental recharging stations, preventing emotional burnout and preserving steady energy. They help you step away from worries long enough to regain perspective and strength. Another vital aspect of cultivating peace is the practice of forgiveness. Holding on to anger, resentment, or guilt acts like carrying a heavy burden on your shoulders. These toxic emotions poison your thoughts, disrupt sleep, and drain energy. Forgiveness frees you from this weight. It does not mean excusing wrongdoing, but releasing yourself from the grip of bitterness. When you forgive, you clear the path for peace to enter your heart. Without forgiveness, peace cannot take root. The use of peaceful imagery and affirmations further strengthens your mind's ability to rest. Visualizing calm scenes such as a serene lake, a quiet forest, or a gentle sunrise triggers relaxation in the nervous system. Combining these images with affirmations like, "God's peace fills my heart and mind," or "I am calm, relaxed, and strong," replaces anxiety with calm and builds new mental habits of tranquility. Stories of transformation illustrate how powerful these practices can be. A business executive overwhelmed by stress found his life changed when he committed to pausing regularly for prayer and positive affirmations during the workday. His energy returned, relationships improved, and his effectiveness increased. not because his workload lessened, but because he accessed a deeper source of strength through peace. Similarly, a woman suffering from chronic insomnia overcame her restless mind by adopting a calming nightly ritual of peaceful visualization and prayer, which improved her sleep and overall health. Peace is not passive or weak, it is dynamic and powerful. A peaceful mind remains steady when chaos erupts around it, responding with patience instead of panic, clarity instead of confusion. It fosters emotional stability, sharp mental focus, and spiritual resilience. It is the cornerstone of wise decisions, healthy relationships, and sustained success. When your mind is peaceful, you become more receptive to guidance beyond yourself. This connection to a higher power brings reassurance, wisdom, and courage. It reminds you that you are never alone in your struggles, and that divine strength is always available. The benefits of a peaceful mind extend beyond mental and emotional health. It energizes your body, strengthens your heart, and nourishes your soul. It frees you to live fully and move forward confidently, even amid difficulties. Cultivating peace is not a luxury. It is one of the most practical and transformative actions you can take to live a life of power, purpose, and joy. By making peace a priority through daily habits, spiritual connection, forgiveness, and mindful slowing, you build an inner fortress that protects and empowers you. This peace allows you to navigate life's storms without losing your footing and to rise above challenges with strength and grace. It unlocks your fullest potential and opens the door to a rich, fulfilling life. In embracing peace, you tap into a wellspring of strength that carries you forward steadily, no matter what obstacles arise. It is the quiet power that fuels great achievements, nurtures deep relationships, and sustains enduring happiness. A peaceful mind is the greatest asset you can cultivate. It is your source of unstoppable personal power. Chapter 3: How to Have Constant Energy. Energy is the lifeblood of everything you do. It fuels your work, your relationships, your dreams, and your daily activities. Yet so many people live drained, exhausted, and overwhelmed, struggling just to keep up. They reach for quick fixes, coffee, sugary snacks, or adrenaline-fueled bursts of activity, but these only provide temporary relief. In truth, constant, lasting energy doesn't come from shortcuts. It is the result of cultivating habits that nourish the mind, body, and spirit consistently, creating a wellspring of vitality that carries you steadily through life's demands. It begins with the mind. Your mental state is the first battleground for energy. Negative thoughts, fears, worries, and self-doubt are like anchors, pulling down your mental stamina before your day even begins. When your mind is filled with these draining emotions, your body follows suit, leading to exhaustion and fatigue. To reverse this, you must actively train your mind to think positively and to embrace faith. Daily affirmations, simple, powerful statements spoken with conviction, reprogram your subconscious to reject negativity and welcome strength and confidence. Visualization is another key tool. Seeing yourself energized, successful, and vibrant rewires your brain to expect and create that reality. Choosing to believe in your God-given capacity instead of giving in to fear replenishes your mental energy and sharpens your focus. The physical body is the next critical piece of the energy puzzle. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through every moment, and it needs proper care to function at its best. Restful sleep is foundational. It is the time when your body repairs cells, detoxifies, and resets your brain. Without adequate sleep, no amount of willpower can sustain you. Nutrition is your fuel. Eating balanced, wholesome foods provides the vitamins, minerals, and energy your cells need. Processed foods, excess sugar, and empty calories leave you sluggish. Regular physical activity strengthens muscles, improves circulation, and releases endorphins, the body's natural energizers that elevate mood and reduce stress. When these three pillars, sleep, nutrition, and exercise, are prioritized, your body becomes a reservoir of energy, ready to meet life's challenges. Yet energy isn't only mental and physical, it is deeply spiritual. Spiritual energy is the unseen force that infuses your purpose and passion with power. When you connect with a higher power through prayer, meditation, or reflection, you recharge your soul. This spiritual vitality permeates every cell and uplifts every action. Living in alignment with your core beliefs and values fills you with enthusiasm and zest that no amount of physical tiredness can diminish. This connection provides a wellspring of strength and courage that sustains you when circumstances grow difficult. Managing stress is essential to protecting your energy. Chronic stress acts like a slow leak in your energy tank, quietly draining your reserves over time. Developing practical strategies to reduce stress, such as deep breathing exercises, effective time management, and establishing healthy boundaries, helps you preserve your strength. Knowing when to take breaks, learning to say no to excessive demands, and deliberately seeking joy and relaxation replenish your spirit. Without these stress management habits, even the most determined person will find their energy depleted. Enthusiasm and passion are powerful fuels. Engaging in work or activities that inspire you ignites a natural energy that propels you forward. When your heart is invested in what you do, whether it's your career, relationships, hobbies, or service, you generate motivation that sustains you through fatigue. Cultivating gratitude further enhances this energy by shifting your focus to blessings rather than burdens, filling you with joy and optimism that brighten each day and help prevent burnout. Building a steady, sustainable flow of energy requires developing supportive habits rather than relying on short bursts or stimulants. Pacing yourself, prioritizing rest, and balancing effort with recovery are keys to longevity. Listening to your body's signals, recognizing your limits, and nurturing yourself holistically create a lifestyle that supports enduring vitality. This is not a one-time fix, but a lifelong commitment to caring for every aspect of your being. Real-life examples illustrate the transformative power of these principles. A woman overwhelmed by fatigue and stress began a morning routine of affirmations, daily walks, and prayer. Over time, her energy levels soared, and she became more productive, joyful, and resilient. A man dependent on coffee and energy drinks shifted to prioritizing quality sleep, mindful meditation, and balanced meals. His sustained energy improved not only his work, but his overall well-being and outlook on life. Ultimately, constant energy arises from harmony among mind, body, and spirit. When all three are intentionally nurtured, energy becomes a reliable and abundant resource, not a fleeting gift. With this wellspring of vitality, you can face life's challenges with confidence, joy, and resilience. You can pursue your dreams with determination and embrace each day fully alive. Constant energy is more than physical endurance. It is a vibrant way of living, rooted in faith, supported by healthy habits, and energized by passion. It unlocks your fullest potential, empowers your journey, and enriches every moment. Cultivating this energy is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, a source of unstoppable strength that carries you through every season of life with grace and power. Chapter 4, Try Prayer Power. In the relentless demands of life, when weariness sets in and the weight of worry threatens to crush your spirit, there is one source of strength more powerful and enduring than any other: prayer. This is not a mere formality, a rote exercise, or a set of empty words. Prayer is the lifeline that connects you directly to an infinite source of power, peace, and wisdom. When you open your heart in prayer, you access a wellspring of energy that rejuvenates your mind, revitalizes your body, and renews your soul, fueling you with the courage and clarity needed to face every challenge. Modern life is filled with distractions, pressures, and uncertainties that can quickly drain your energy. Many people try to cope with fatigue and stress by turning to stimulants like coffee, sugar, or fleeting bursts of activity. But these quick fixes offer only momentary relief, often leaving you more depleted and anxious than before. Prayer, on the other hand, taps into a deep reservoir of calm and strength that no external source can match. It is the power behind resilience, the anchor in storms, and the source of peace that surpasses understanding. Despite its accessibility, many hesitate to pray regularly. Doubts creep in. Am I doing it right? Will it really help? What if my prayers aren't answered? Some feel unworthy or worry that their words lack eloquence. But prayer transcends all these concerns. It is not about perfection or formality. It is about honest, heartfelt communication. It is an intimate conversation where you lay bare your fears, hopes, gratitude, and needs before a loving presence that hears and understands fully. When you pray, your perspective shifts dramatically. Instead of being overwhelmed by problems, you focus on possibilities and solutions. Fear gives way to trust. Anxiety dissolves into peace. Prayer reminds you that you are never alone, that a higher power walks with you through every difficulty. This awareness ignites an inner calm that steadies your heart and restores your energy, not superficially, but at the very core of your being. Prayer also cultivates gratitude, which is itself a mighty source of energy. When you learn to give thanks, even amid hardship, you transform your mindset from scarcity and despair to abundance and hope. Gratitude lifts your spirit, brightens your outlook, and generates the momentum needed to persevere. It keeps your heart open and your enthusiasm alive, fueling you to press on despite obstacles. Incorporating prayer into daily life is simple and flexible. It does not require grand rituals or long sessions. It can be brief moments of connection scattered throughout your day. Morning prayers to start with strength and focus, quiet pauses during hectic moments to seek guidance and calm, and evening reflections of gratitude to end the day in peace. These moments of prayer build a continuous flow of spiritual energy that sustains you through life's unpredictable journey. Countless testimonies reveal how prayer transforms lives. Individuals burdened by stress, fear, and exhaustion found their vitality restored by committing to regular prayer. They discovered that the energy they sought was not an external commodity, but a divine gift flowing through their connection to God. Their lives changed, not because difficulties vanished, but because prayer empowered them to meet every challenge with renewed hope, patience, and determination. Prayer is not magic or a wish upon a star. It is an act of faith, surrender, and relationship. It nurtures your whole being, mind, body, and spirit, bringing harmony, strength, and vitality. When you embrace prayer, you open the door to a power that never runs dry, a source of peace that never fades, and a love that never fails. This power rejuvenates your mental clarity, energizes your physical frame, and fortifies your soul with courage and joy. Choosing to try prayer power means making a bold decision to believe you are supported beyond what you see and understand. It means trusting that no matter how heavy your burdens, you have access to a limitless well of divine strength. It means committing to a practice that turns fear into faith, anxiety into calm, and weariness into vibrant energy. As your prayer life deepens, you will notice profound changes. Your worries will lessen, your confidence will grow, your mind will become sharper, your heart will feel lighter, and your body will regain strength. You will still face trials, but you will meet them with a steady assurance born of divine support. Prayer will empower you to move forward consistently, carrying you through hardships with grace, hope, and unstoppable energy. In a world full of noise, uncertainty, and relentless pressure, prayer offers sanctuary, a place to recharge, find clarity, and connect to eternal power. It invites you to live each day anchored in a strength that transcends circumstance. When you choose to embrace prayer power, you step into a transformed life, one marked by renewed vitality, unshakable peace, and unwavering hope. Prayer becomes the foundation that sustains you through every season, empowering you to live boldly, love deeply, and overcome fearlessly. Never underestimate the power that lies in your own voice raised in prayer. It is a power that changes you, your circumstances, and the world around you. It is the energy that fuels miracles, sustains heroes, and comforts the weary. When you make prayer your daily practice, you are never empty, never weak, never alone. You are connected to the source of all life and strength, an inexhaustible wellspring of power that carries you steadily forward, lighting your path with peace, purpose, and unstoppable energy. Chapter 5: How to Create Your Own Happiness. Happiness is often misunderstood as a destination or a prize to be won after achieving certain goals, accumulating possessions, or experiencing favorable circumstances. Many people spend their lives chasing after wealth, status, approval, or material comforts, believing these external factors will finally bring them lasting joy. Yet, time and again, countless individuals discover that even when these desires are fulfilled, happiness remains elusive. The truth is far simpler and more profound. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It is something you create from within. It is a product of your mindset, your choices, and your deliberate actions. Learning how to create your own happiness is the greatest gift you can give yourself, one that empowers you to live fully and joyfully regardless of life's ups and downs. The foundation of this inner happiness begins with personal responsibility. It's natural to want to blame external circumstances, other people, or fate for the unhappiness you may feel. However, when you hand over the power to control your emotions to the outside world, you become a victim of forces beyond your control. True happiness emerges when you recognize that while you cannot always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Your feelings are shaped by your thoughts, and your thoughts are your choice. When you take charge of your mental landscape, you seize the power to nurture joy and peace in your life. This mindset shift, from victim to empowered creator, is the first critical step in the journey toward lasting happiness. Positive thinking is the cornerstone of creating a happy mind. This does not mean denying reality, ignoring difficulties, or adopting a blind optimism. Instead, it means intentionally focusing your mental energy on what uplifts, encourages, and inspires. Your mind is like fertile soil. If you plant seeds of fear, doubt, and negativity, your life will bear the fruits of misery and frustration. But if you cultivate seeds of hope, gratitude, love, and faith, happiness will blossom and thrive. Positive thinking enables you to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, failures as lessons, and life itself as a precious gift. Over time, this mental discipline rewires your brain, making joy a natural and consistent state rather than a fleeting mood. Another essential practice in the creation of happiness is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges, bitterness, or past hurts is like carrying a heavy, invisible load that drains your energy and darkens your spirit. Forgiveness does not mean condoning wrongs or forgetting pain. It means releasing yourself from the corrosive power of resentment. Forgiveness frees your heart, allowing it to heal and open to love and peace. It is a powerful act of self-care that removes barriers to happiness and invites joy to flow unhindered. By forgiving, you reclaim your power and lighten your emotional burden, creating space for true happiness to grow. Gratitude is a transformative force that greatly influences your emotional well-being. When you cultivate the habit of noticing and appreciating the blessings in your life, no matter how small, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Gratitude rewires your brain to see the good amidst challenges and to appreciate what you have rather than lament what you don't. This simple but profound practice brightens your outlook, enhances your mood, and increases your resilience. A grateful heart naturally attracts more reasons for happiness and creates a cycle of joy that enriches every area of life. Humans are inherently social creatures, and meaningful relationships are vital to happiness. Love, friendship, and community nourish the soul and provide a sense of belonging and support. Investing time and energy into nurturing positive relationships strengthens your emotional health and multiplies joy. Acts of kindness, generosity, and service to others deepen your own happiness by connecting you to a purpose greater than yourself. When you give love freely and receive it openly, you participate in a beautiful exchange that sustains and elevates your spirit. Living with purpose adds profound meaning and satisfaction to life. When your daily activities align with your core values and passions, happiness naturally follows. Purpose gives you direction and motivation, helping you endure hardships and celebrate victories with equal grace. It transforms struggles into growth opportunities and infuses your journey with significance. Pursuing your purpose fills your life with energy, fulfillment, and a deep sense of joy that no external event can diminish. Physical health profoundly impacts your emotional state. Caring for your body through balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient rest builds a strong foundation for happiness. A healthy body supports mental clarity, emotional stability, and resilience. When you feel physically well, your mood lifts, your energy increases, and your ability to face challenges improves. Conversely, neglecting your physical needs can contribute to fatigue, irritability, and despair, making happiness harder to sustain. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and aware, cultivates happiness by helping you savor life's simple pleasures. Often, people miss joy because they are trapped in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Mindfulness grounds you in the present moment, allowing you to appreciate the warmth of sunlight, the sound of laughter, the taste of good food, or the beauty of nature. This conscious awareness enriches your experiences and deepens your gratitude, making happiness more accessible and lasting. Creating your own happiness is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It requires daily commitment, self-reflection, and intentional choices. Life will inevitably bring challenges, losses, and setbacks, but by consistently practicing these principles, you build resilience and a deep-rooted joy that endures. You learn to navigate hardships with grace and emerge stronger and more joyful on the other side. Countless inspiring stories prove that happiness is accessible to all who choose it. People who once struggled with despair, dissatisfaction, or emptiness transform their lives by changing their thoughts, forgiving their pasts, embracing gratitude, nurturing relationships, and pursuing meaningful goals. Their happiness did not depend on perfect conditions or fortune, but on the deliberate cultivation of a mindset and lifestyle that invited joy in. Ultimately, happiness is a powerful choice that reclaims your personal power and transforms your life. It is not the result of circumstance, but the outcome of your response to life's events. When you decide to create your own happiness, you open the door to peace, fulfillment, and joy that no external factor can take away. This choice empowers you to live authentically and joyfully, embracing each day as an opportunity to build a life rich in love, purpose, and contentment. Chapter 6: Stop Fuming and Fretting. Anger and worry are among the most corrosive forces that silently erode your peace of mind, sap your vitality, and diminish your happiness. When you allow yourself to fume, whether through silent resentment, bitter thoughts, or explosive outbursts, or when you fret by obsessively worrying over what might happen or what has already gone wrong, you trap yourself in a relentless cycle of emotional turmoil. These negative emotions not only cloud your judgment, but also take a toll on your physical health and mental clarity, leaving you exhausted, anxious, and unable to enjoy life. Learning to stop fuming and fretting is not a mere suggestion. It is a vital skill for anyone seeking to reclaim their peace, restore their energy, and live with clarity and joy. Fuming is often the result of unmet expectations, perceived wrongs, or a deep sense of injustice. It can simmer quietly beneath the surface as bitterness or flare up in anger that alienates others and disrupts your own peace. This constant anger creates tension throughout your body, tight shoulders, clenched jaws, rapid heartbeat, and stokes mental agitation that makes it difficult to think clearly or calmly. Physically, chronic anger has been linked to increased risk of heart disease, headaches, digestive issues, and weakened immune function. Emotionally, it narrows your focus to grievances and slights, making it impossible to see opportunities, solutions, or even moments of joy. Anger binds you to the past and to a mindset of victimhood, stealing your present peace. Fretting, by contrast, is worry pushed to its extreme. It is the habit of repeatedly turning over problems in your mind, imagining all possible disasters and fixating on fears about the future. Fretting consumes your mental and emotional resources, causing sleepless nights, fatigue, and increasing anxiety. This constant mental churn traps you in a state of helplessness, where fear dominates and paralyzes your ability to act effectively. Like a storm cloud, worry darkens your perspective and drains your enthusiasm, making it harder to find happiness or peace. The path to stopping these destructive cycles begins with awareness. The moment you catch yourself slipping into anger or worry, feeling your muscles tense, your breath quicken, or your thoughts spiral, you gain the crucial power to interrupt the pattern. Awareness is the first step toward mastery over your emotions. Instead of being carried away by reactive feelings, you learn to observe them with detachment, recognizing that you have a choice about how to respond. Once aware, the next step is to deliberately shift your focus. Instead of feeding the fire of anger or feeding the spiral of worry, choose to redirect your attention toward what is within your control and toward constructive solutions. Ask yourself, what actions can I take instead of why is this happening to me? This simple but profound mental shift moves you from a victim mindset into one of empowerment. It opens your mind to creativity, problem solving, and calm acceptance. By focusing on the present moment and what you can do right now, you calm the storm of emotions and restore clarity. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools to stop fuming. Holding grudges or clinging to resentment is like carrying a heavy burden that wears down your spirit. Forgiveness frees you from this weight, not by excusing the wrongs done to you, but by releasing their hold on your heart. When you forgive, you reclaim your peace and create space for love, compassion, and happiness to grow. Forgiveness heals emotional wounds and breaks the cycle of bitterness that fuels ongoing anger. Faith and trust are essential allies against worry. When you believe that a higher power is guiding your life and watching over you, even when circumstances seem confusing or difficult, your heart finds rest. Trust in divine providence anchors your mind and soul, reducing the tendency to fret over uncertainties. It reminds you that challenges are temporary and part of a larger plan beyond your current understanding. This faith calms anxiety, builds resilience, and renews hope. Physical and mental practices that cultivate calmness further help you stop fuming and fretting. Techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, meditation, prayer, and spending time in nature soothe the nervous system and reduce stress hormones. Regular physical exercise releases tension and elevates mood-enhancing chemicals in the brain. These habits build a reservoir of inner peace that equips you to face difficulties without losing control to anger or anxiety. Real-life stories abound of people who transform their lives by mastering the art of stopping fuming and fretting. Individuals once consumed by rage or paralyzed by worry found freedom through conscious choice. They embraced forgiveness, shifted their mental focus to positive action, deepened their faith, and adopted calming daily routines. As a result, their relationships improved, their energy returned, and their joy blossomed. Their experiences prove that peace is not a distant dream, but a practical reality accessible to all who commit to these principles. Stopping fuming and fretting is ultimately about reclaiming control over your mind and emotions. It is a decision to refuse anger and worry the power to dictate your life. By cultivating awareness, practicing forgiveness, nurturing faith, and developing calming habits, you protect your peace and create fertile ground for happiness and strength to grow. This choice empowers you to live with clarity, confidence, and joy, even amid life's inevitable trials. When you free yourself from the grip of fuming and fretting, you open the door to a life marked by inner calm and unstoppable energy. You gain the ability to respond to challenges with grace rather than reaction, to maintain your equilibrium regardless of circumstances, and to nurture a spirit resilient to adversity. This is the true power of mastering your emotions, the power to live a life of peace, purpose, and profound joy that no external storm can shake. Chapter 7. Expect the best and get it. The expectations you hold are among the most powerful forces shaping the trajectory of your life. They act as magnets, drawing toward you the realities that align with your beliefs and focus. What you expect, whether consciously or unconsciously, has a profound influence on your emotions, your decisions, your behavior, and ultimately your outcomes. Expecting the best is not merely hopeful thinking or naive optimism. It is a transformative mindset that can radically alter your experience and bring about the results you desire. When you learn to expect the best, you open doors to success, happiness, and fulfillment that would otherwise remain closed. Your mind interprets the world through the lens of your expectations. If you expect failure, disappointment, or hardship, your mind will unconsciously filter information and experiences to confirm those negative beliefs. This phenomenon is known as a self-fulfilling prophecy. You begin to see obstacles as insurmountable, doubt your abilities, and hesitate to take action. Your behaviors align with these low expectations, creating a cycle that reinforces your pessimism and limits your growth. In contrast, expecting the best rewires your brain to seek out possibilities and solutions. It encourages confidence, creativity, and persistence in the face of challenges. Expecting the best is a dynamic, active process, not passive wishful thinking. It requires a conscious, deliberate choice to believe in good outcomes even before any evidence appears. This mindset generates a kind of internal momentum, fueling your motivation and resilience. When you expect the best, you engage your whole being, mind, body, and spirit in pursuit of your goals. Your actions become aligned with success, your energy increases, and you are more likely to persevere through setbacks rather than giving up. To cultivate this empowering expectation, begin by examining your current beliefs about yourself and your future. Pay close attention to your internal dialogue. What messages do you repeat to yourself daily? Are they filled with encouragement and hope, or are they limiting and fearful? Negative self-talk acts as a brake on your progress and dampens your spirit. Replace these thoughts with affirmations that affirm your strength, potential, and deservingness of success. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," affirm, "I have the ability and resources to succeed." The more you feed your mind with positive affirmations, the stronger your expectation of the best becomes. Visualization is another powerful technique to enhance your expectations. By vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals, experiencing happiness, and living a fulfilled life, you prime your brain for success. Visualization activates the same neural pathways used in actual performance, training your mind and body to prepare for achievement. Create a mental movie where you see yourself overcoming obstacles, receiving rewards, and enjoying the fruits of your efforts. The clearer and more detailed this picture, the more your subconscious mind aligns with these positive outcomes. Faith is the spiritual backbone of expecting the best. Faith is the confident trust in a positive outcome when no tangible evidence yet exists. It transcends simple optimism by anchoring your hope in something greater, a higher power, divine wisdom, or the natural laws of the universe working in your favor. Faith empowers you to maintain a hopeful outlook even when circumstances appear bleak. It calms anxiety, reduces fear, and fuels perseverance by reminding you that setbacks are temporary and part of a larger, beneficial plan. Expecting the best also involves preparing yourself to receive it. This preparation is not passive waiting, but active engagement. It requires developing the skills, habits, and mindset needed to make the most of opportunities. This includes setting clear goals, cultivating discipline, embracing lifelong learning, and maintaining physical and mental health. When you expect positive outcomes, you naturally take steps to create the conditions that allow success to flourish. You become proactive, not reactive. The ripple effects of positive expectations extend far beyond your own life. When you expect the best, you radiate confidence, hope, and kindness to those around you. This positive energy attracts supportive relationships and creates an environment that nurtures growth and happiness. Your optimism inspires others and fosters cooperation, making it easier to achieve collective goals and build a fulfilling community. Countless stories throughout history and everyday life illustrate the transformative power of expecting the best. Individuals who once lived in doubt, fear, or despair turned their lives around simply by changing what they believed about their future. As they shifted their expectations towards success and happiness, their attitudes changed, their energy increased, and opportunities began to appear. These individuals exemplify the law of expectancy. What you hold in your mind, you bring into your life. Expecting the best does not guarantee a life free from challenges or pain. Difficulties will arise, setbacks will occur, and disappointments will happen. However, this mindset equips you with the resilience and strength to face adversity with courage and hope. Instead of succumbing to despair or giving up, you see obstacles as temporary hurdles and opportunities for growth. You maintain your focus on the positive possibilities ahead, which sustains your motivation and joy. Furthermore, expecting the best transforms your emotional experience in the present moment. It shifts your perspective from fear and doubt to hope and confidence. You wake each day with anticipation rather than dread. Your interactions with others become more joyful and meaningful. Your sense of purpose deepens, and your ability to savor life's pleasures increases. Expecting the best creates a cycle of positivity that fuels itself. Hope leads to action. Action leads to success. Success builds confidence, and confidence reinforces hope. This powerful mindset is accessible to everyone willing to embrace it. It begins with a choice, a decision to believe in good outcomes and to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that belief. By nurturing your faith, practicing visualization, affirming positive thoughts, preparing actively, and embracing challenges as growth opportunities, you develop the habit of expecting the best. This habit becomes a creative force, shaping your reality in remarkable and joyful ways. The invitation is clear. Make the decision today to expect the best. Feed your mind daily with hopeful, empowering thoughts. Cultivate a strong faith that sustains you through uncertainty. Prepare yourself through discipline and learning. Embrace the journey with courage and optimism. When you expect the best, you set in motion a powerful chain of events that leads to happiness, success, and fulfillment. You become the master of your destiny, shaping a life rich with promise and joy. Expect the best, and you will get it, not because life owes it to you, but because your mind and heart become aligned with the forces that create success and happiness. This expectation is the key to unlocking your full potential and living the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Chapter 8. I don't believe in defeat. Defeat is often misunderstood as a final, irreversible condition, a stamp of failure that marks the end of one's journey. But the truth is, defeat is never permanent unless you accept it as such. I don't believe in defeat because true defeat occurs only when you surrender, when you let setbacks stop you, and when you cease to believe in yourself and your potential. As long as you keep striving, learning, and pushing forward, you remain undefeated. Defeat is not a condition, it is a choice. It is a mindset, and the greatest warriors, leaders, and visionaries throughout history have understood this secret. Defeat is temporary, but giving up is final. To embrace a life free from the bondage of defeat, you must first redefine what defeat really means. Society often equates defeat with failure, losing a job, failing an exam, a broken relationship, or an unmet goal. These events, while painful and challenging, are not defeats unless you allow them to be. They are simply part of life's learning process, tests that build resilience, character, and wisdom. True defeat is surrender, stopping the fight, ceasing to hope, and abandoning the pursuit of your dreams. No setback, no matter how severe, is a defeat if you choose to rise again. Countless examples from history and personal lives show us how refusal to accept defeat transforms ordinary people into legends. Thomas Edison famously said, after thousands of unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb, that he had not failed but merely discovered thousands of ways that did not work. His relentless determination brought light to the world. Walt Disney faced bankruptcy and harsh rejection, but never lost faith in his vision. His persistence created a global empire that continues to inspire millions. These stories are not exceptions. They are examples of a universal truth. Defeat only wins when you stop trying. The foundation of this victorious mindset is unwavering faith. Faith in yourself, your abilities, and in a higher power or universal order that supports your growth. Faith is the fuel that sustains you through the darkest times. It reminds you that setbacks are temporary and that every challenge carries within it the seed of opportunity. Faith shields you from despair and empowers you to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear or difficult. Without faith, the weight of failure can become unbearable. With it, every fall is a chance to rise stronger. Alongside faith, perseverance is the practical expression of refusing defeat. Perseverance means taking consistent, determined action toward your goals, regardless of obstacles, discouragement, or slow progress. It is the habit of persistence combined with adaptability. When one approach fails, you learn, adjust, and try again. It is a commitment to keep moving forward even when success seems distant or unlikely. This kind of resilience becomes a powerful force that wears down resistance and builds momentum. Over time, perseverance transforms dreams into realities. Your internal dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, plays a critical role in either reinforcing defeat or building victory. Negative self-talk, such as "I can't do this" or "I'm not good enough," strengthens feelings of inadequacy and fear. To reject defeat, you must consciously cultivate positive affirmations that empower you. Replace doubt with statements like, "I am capable, I learn and grow every day, and I will find a way to succeed." These affirmations reprogram your subconscious mind, boost your confidence, and keep your spirit energized. The words you use shape your beliefs and actions more than you realize. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community is another key to maintaining an undefeated spirit. Friends, mentors, and loved ones who believe in your potential and encourage you in difficult times provide invaluable strength. Their faith in you can rekindle your own when it falters. Positive relationships create an environment where hope and courage flourish, making it easier to overcome setbacks and sustain your momentum. Isolation, on the other hand, often magnifies doubts and fears. Seek out those who uplift you and distance yourself from negativity and cynicism. A vital aspect of refusing defeat is cultivating a growth mindset, the belief that challenges and failures are opportunities for learning and improvement. Instead of fearing mistakes, embrace them as feedback. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and apply new knowledge with renewed determination. This mindset frees you from the paralysis of perfectionism and fear of failure. It turns obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into springboards. When you view life through this lens, defeat loses its sting because every experience contributes to your progress. Hope is the lifeblood of a defeat-free mindset. It is the light that pierces through darkness and uncertainty. Hope sustains your motivation and keeps your heart open to possibilities. Without hope, despair can overwhelm and extinguish your drive. Nurture hope by regularly connecting with your purpose, reflecting on past victories, and surrounding yourself with inspiring stories and affirmations. Engage in prayer, meditation, or practices that renew your spirit. When hope is alive, you can face adversity with courage and grace. Taking care of your physical well-being supports your mental and emotional resilience. Proper nutrition, regular exercise, sufficient rest, and stress management strengthen your body and mind. When you feel physically strong and balanced, you are better equipped to endure hardships and maintain a positive outlook. Neglecting your health can weaken your defenses, like making it harder to withstand the challenges that life inevitably presents. Living without believing in defeat means embracing your infinite potential and refusing to be defined by your setbacks. You are more than your mistakes, failures, or disappointments. You are a resilient, capable individual designed to overcome and thrive. This belief becomes a source of power that propels you beyond fear and doubt into action and achievement. This mindset changes everything. You become bold and courageous, willing to take risks and pursue your dreams despite uncertainty. Challenges become adventures that develop your strength and character. Failures become lessons that sharpen your skills and deepen your wisdom. Each day becomes a fresh opportunity to advance toward your goals. Refusing to believe in defeat frees you to live fully and fearlessly. The choice is yours, to surrender to defeat or to rise above it. Choose to rise. Choose faith over fear. Choose perseverance over surrender. Choose the unwavering belief that no matter what setbacks occur, you will prevail. When you live by this belief, defeat loses its power and victory becomes your natural state of being. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions, guaranteed success, or the absence of obstacles to begin this journey. Start now by deciding that defeat will not define you. Embrace setbacks as temporary and surmountable. Strengthen your faith and resilience. Move forward with relentless hope and courage. The road may be long and filled with challenges, but with the conviction that defeat is not an option, every step you take is a step toward the fulfilling, victorious life you were meant to live. Remember, true defeat lies only in giving up. As long as you hold on, learn, and strive, you remain undefeated, stronger, wiser, and ever closer to the success and happiness you desire. Believe this deeply, live it fully, and watch how the impossible becomes possible in your life. Chapter 9: How to Break the Worry Habit. Worry is a silent thief that steals your peace, drains your energy, and dims the brightness of your life. It often creeps in unnoticed, wrapping your mind in anxious thoughts that spiral endlessly, creating a prison from which it feels impossible to escape. Breaking the worry habit is not a simple desire. It is a crucial and transformative step toward reclaiming control of your mind, restoring your inner peace, and living a life filled with confidence and joy. To break free from worry, you must understand its nature deeply, confront it directly, and replace it with healthier, more empowering responses. At its core, worry is the mind's way of trying to prepare for potential problems or dangers. It acts as an alarm system, alerting you to risks and uncertainties. However, when this natural mechanism becomes a habit, worry morphs from helpful vigilance into harmful obsession. Instead of solving problems, habitual worrying magnifies fears, clouds judgment, and immobilizes action. You find yourself caught in a cycle of imagining the worst outcomes, replaying what-if scenarios, and ruminating on situations you often have little or no control over. This cycle exhausts your mental and physical resources, contributing to stress-related illnesses, sleep disturbances, and emotional fatigue. The journey to breaking the worry habit begins with awareness, becoming conscious of when and how worry takes hold. This means paying close attention to your thoughts and feelings. Notice the subtle signs: tension in your body, a racing heart, restless mind, or repeated negative thoughts. Observe what triggers your worry, certain situations, people, or fears about the future. Awareness is a powerful tool because it interrupts automatic thought patterns and creates a space where you can choose a different response. Instead of being a passive victim of worry, you become an active observer who can step outside the anxious thought stream. Once aware, the next step is to challenge your worries logically and realistically. Ask yourself critical questions. Is this worry based on fact or assumption? What evidence supports or contradicts this fear? Even if the worst happens, what actions could I take to handle it? This process of questioning helps dismantle irrational fears and puts your worries into perspective. You will often find that many worries are blown out of proportion based on what ifs rather than reality. By confronting these thoughts with reason, you reduce their power and loosen their grip on your mind. Faith and trust are essential allies in breaking the worry habit. When you place your confidence in a higher power, universal order, or simply in the natural flow of life, you relinquish the impossible burden of controlling every outcome. Trust brings peace, calming the restless mind that endlessly attempts to anticipate and solve future problems. This surrender doesn't mean passivity or resignation. It means acknowledging your limits and having confidence that you will be supported through challenges. Faith fuels hope, reduces fear, and gives you strength to face uncertainty with courage. Taking practical, focused action also plays a vital role in diminishing worry. Worry often stems from feelings of helplessness or uncertainty about what to do. When you shift from passive anxiety to active problem solving, you regain a sense of control. Break problems into manageable steps, make concrete plans, and take small but consistent actions towards solutions. This proactive approach builds confidence and momentum, replacing the paralysis of worry with the empowerment of progress. Even when you cannot solve a problem immediately, action keeps you engaged and hopeful. Cultivating daily calming practices strengthens your ability to resist worry's pull. Techniques such as deep breathing exercises, meditation, mindfulness, prayer, journaling, or spending time in nature soothe your nervous system and foster emotional balance. Regular engagement with these practices creates a reservoir of peace that makes it easier to confront stress without succumbing to anxious spirals. Over time, these habits reshape your brain, helping you respond to challenges with calmness and clarity rather than fear. Your mental environment, the information you consume, and the company you keep also influences your tendency to worry. Negative news, toxic conversations, and pessimistic media can fuel anxiety and feed the worry habit. Conversely, surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting influences nurtures hope and confidence. Choose books, music, podcasts, and people who inspire, encourage, and support your growth. This positive input strengthens your mindset and helps replace fear-based thinking with faith-based thinking. Recognize that breaking the worry habit is a process, not an event. Like any habit, it requires patience, persistence, and practice. Don't be discouraged by moments of relapse or increased anxiety. Each time you notice worry and choose faith, action, or calmness instead, you reinforce new neural pathways that make worry less automatic. Celebrate small victories and view setbacks as opportunities to deepen your commitment to change. Stories of transformation abound of individuals who overcame chronic worry by applying these principles. They describe how releasing worry lifted a tremendous weight, restoring their energy, improving their health, and deepening their joy. Their relationships flourished, their work became more productive, and their sense of purpose expanded. They discovered that peace is not the absence of difficulties, but the presence of trust, faith, and proactive calm amidst life's storms. Breaking the worry habit reshapes your entire life experience. You move from a state of fear and hesitation into one of confidence and hope. You open yourself to opportunities and blessings that worry once obscured. You build resilience that carries you through uncertainty with grace. This transformation invites a richer, more vibrant way of living, where peace is your foundation, not an elusive dream. The choice to break free from worry is one of the greatest acts of courage and self-love you can make. It is a commitment to trust, clarity, and calm. When you release the chains of worry, you reclaim your freedom and step boldly into a life filled with possibility and peace. Make that choice now. Begin this journey with faith, deliberate action, and gentle persistence. As you do, watch how your world shifts, how fear fades, confidence grows, and peace becomes your daily companion. Remember, worry may visit, but it doesn't have to stay. With awareness, faith, action, and calm, you can break the worry habit and live with a heart unburdened and a mind free to focus on what truly matters. This is your path to lasting peace, joyful living, and a future bright with promise. Chapter 10: Power to Solve Personal Problems. Every individual encounters personal problems that challenge their spirit and test their resilience. These problems vary widely, from conflicts in relationships, financial pressures, health issues, to struggles with self-worth or purpose. Though these challenges can feel overwhelming, it is crucial to understand that you possess an extraordinary power within yourself to solve them. This power does not depend on external circumstances or luck. It is rooted deeply in your mindset, your faith, your clarity of thought, and your willingness to take deliberate, positive action. When you learn to recognize and harness this inner strength, you transform from a passive sufferer of circumstances into an active creator of solutions and a master of your destiny. The cornerstone of this power is the unwavering belief that every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. Problems may at times appear insurmountable, casting shadows of despair and confusion over your life. But this belief that solutions exist is transformative. It shifts your perspective from one of helplessness to one filled with hope and possibility. When you carry this conviction in your heart, your mind naturally begins to search for answers rather than dwelling in doubt. This shift from negativity to possibility fuels your motivation and keeps you moving forward, even in the darkest moments. Faith stands as a vital pillar supporting your power to solve problems. Faith means trusting that you are supported by a higher power, whether you understand it as God, the universe, or the innate intelligence of life that guides you toward the best outcomes. This faith doesn't mean problems will vanish magically, but it ensures you are never alone in facing them. Faith brings calm in chaos, courage in fear, and hope when the path ahead is unclear. It reminds you that help is always within reach, often in unexpected forms, and that your struggles have a purpose that contributes to your growth. A calm and peaceful mind is another essential ingredient in problem solving. When faced with difficulties, it's natural to feel overwhelmed by emotions like anxiety, frustration, or anger. Yet, these emotions often cloud your judgment and inhibit clear thinking. Cultivating inner peace through prayer, meditation, deep breathing, or quiet reflection clears away mental fog and centers your thoughts. In this state of calm, you are better equipped to analyze problems objectively, consider creative solutions, and make wise decisions. Peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of mental clarity and strength amidst them. Taking responsibility for your problems empowers you tremendously. Instead of blaming others or external events, owning your part in the situation restores your control. This mindset shift moves you from victimhood into action. Responsibility means acknowledging your role without self-condemnation and committing to do what you can to improve your circumstances. When you take responsibility, you reclaim your power to influence outcomes and open the door to transformation. Breaking large problems into smaller, manageable pieces makes them less intimidating and easier to solve. When you focus on one step at a time, each small victory builds confidence and momentum. Celebrate every progress, however minor it may seem, as a proof of your ability to overcome. This stepwise approach helps prevent overwhelm and keeps you engaged, gradually dismantling even the most complex issues. Creativity and flexibility are also crucial in finding solutions. The first attempt to solve a problem might not succeed, but this does not mean defeat. Instead, adapt your approach, learn from what didn't work, and try new strategies. Viewing problems as puzzles to be solved rather than obstacles to stop you nurtures resilience and opens your mind to innovative possibilities. Don't hesitate to seek advice, collaborate with others, or learn from experiences beyond your own. Often, fresh perspectives illuminate paths you might otherwise miss. Spiritual practices like prayer and meditation invite guidance beyond your conscious mind. When you pause to connect with your spiritual center, you open channels to inspiration and wisdom that surpass your immediate understanding. Many have found answers in moments of quiet reflection and faith, discovering solutions that seemed impossible before. This spiritual connection also reinforces your courage and peace, vital resources for navigating difficulties. Persistence is the unwavering companion on the journey to solving personal problems. Rarely are solutions instant or effortless. Challenges require steady effort, patience, and determination. When setbacks arise, and they will, do not give up. Instead, view them as lessons that refine your approach and deepen your understanding. Hold fast to your vision of resolution and continue moving forward with faith and determination. Persistence transforms obstacles into stepping stones, leading to success. As you consistently apply these principles, your confidence in your problem-solving ability grows. This self-trust fuels further success, creating a positive cycle of empowerment. Problems cease to be insurmountable barriers. Instead, they become opportunities for growth, character development, and increased wisdom. You learn more about yourself, develop new strengths, and gain a richer appreciation for life's journey. The power to solve personal problems is accessible to everyone who chooses to claim it. It does not require special talents or circumstances, only the willingness to cultivate faith, maintain peace, take responsibility, embrace creativity, and persist. When you do, you liberate yourself from fear, helplessness, and despair. You replace them with hope, clarity, and control. Embrace this power now. When confronted by personal problems, meet them with faith, calmness, and resolve rather than fear or avoidance. Trust that solutions exist, seek guidance through prayer or reflection, take deliberate action, and persevere. You will find that no problem is too great or complex to overcome when you tap into the incredible strength that lies within you. Living with this mindset fundamentally changes your life. You become a problem solver, a victor over adversity, and an architect of your destiny. Your life unfolds with greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment because you no longer see problems as dead ends, but as gateways to your greatest growth and success. This power transforms difficulties into triumphs and leads you to a richer, more joyful existence. Remember, the power to solve your personal problems is within you right now. Claim it, nurture it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you once thought impossible. Your problems are not your prison. They are your pathway to a stronger, wiser, and more empowered you. Chapter 11: How to Use Faith in Healing. Healing is one of the most profound journeys any person can undertake. It encompasses not only physical recovery from illness or injury, but also emotional, mental, and spiritual restoration. True healing goes beyond medical treatments and procedures. It involves tapping into a deeper power, faith. Faith is the invisible force that connects us to life's restorative energy, to divine wisdom, and to the inner strength that lies within each of us. Learning how to use faith in healing unlocks a transformative power that can bring renewal, hope, and lasting wellness, even in the face of daunting challenges. To begin this journey, it is essential to understand that the body and mind possess remarkable natural capacities for healing. The human body is a living miracle, constantly regenerating cells, repairing tissues, and maintaining balance. Likewise, the mind has the ability to influence physical health through thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. However, these natural healing powers operate most effectively when supported by a mindset filled with faith and positivity. Doubt, fear, and negativity create tension and resistance, which hinder the body's ability to heal. Faith, on the other hand, opens the doors to healing by fostering relaxation, optimism, and cooperation between mind and body. The scientific world increasingly recognizes the connection between faith, mindset, and health. Studies have shown that patients with a strong sense of faith and spiritual connection often recover faster, experience less pain, and enjoy better overall health. This is because faith promotes emotional well-being, reduces stress hormones, and activates the body's self-healing mechanisms. Faith literally transforms the internal environment of the body, making it more conducive to restoration and growth. Using faith in healing begins with cultivating a deep and unwavering belief in the possibility of recovery. This belief is not mere wishful thinking. It is a confident expectation grounded in the understanding that healing forces are at work within and around you. Affirmations play a critical role in strengthening this belief. By regularly repeating empowering statements such as, "My body is healing and growing stronger every day," or "Divine energy flows through me, restoring perfect health," you program your subconscious mind to align with healing energies. These affirmations build a foundation of hope and faith that fuels your healing journey. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools to deepen your faith and activate healing. Prayer connects you to a higher power, inviting divine intervention, comfort, and strength. It opens your heart and mind to receive healing energy beyond your own understanding. Meditation calms the restless mind, lowers stress, and fosters a state of deep relaxation where healing can flourish. Both practices create space for spiritual guidance and inner peace, which are essential for overcoming illness and pain. Visualization amplifies the healing power of faith by engaging your imagination to support recovery. When you visualize your body repairing itself, imagine cells regenerating, tissues mending, and systems functioning perfectly, you send positive signals to your subconscious. This focused mental imagery encourages your body to mirror what your mind envisions. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization, the stronger its healing impact. Athletes, surgeons, and therapists have long used visualization to enhance physical performance and recovery, demonstrating its profound effectiveness. Another critical aspect of faith-based healing is releasing mental and emotional blocks that obstruct recovery. Negative beliefs such as "I will never get better" or "my illness defines me" create energetic barriers that slow healing. To break these blocks, confront such thoughts honestly and replace them with empowering truths. Practice forgiveness, both toward yourself and others, and cultivate gratitude for the healing already underway. Acceptance of your current state, combined with hope for improvement, clears the way for healing energy to flow freely. Supporting your faith with practical self-care is equally important. Nourishing your body with wholesome food, getting adequate rest, following medical advice, and avoiding harmful habits create a fertile ground for healing. Faith does not negate the need for practical action. Rather, it strengthens your commitment to take the steps necessary for recovery. When faith and action work hand in hand, healing becomes a holistic process involving body, mind, and spirit. Community and support networks profoundly influence your healing journey. Sharing your experience with compassionate friends, family, or faith groups provides encouragement and reinforces your belief in recovery. The collective power of shared faith, prayer, and positive energy creates a healing environment that uplifts and sustains you. Isolation, conversely, can deepen despair and doubt. So seek out connections that nurture your spirit and remind you of your strength. Patience and persistence are vital virtues in faith-based healing. Healing is rarely instantaneous. It often unfolds gradually and sometimes includes setbacks. Maintain your faith even when progress seems slow or challenges arise. Trust that each small step forward is part of the larger process of restoration. Persistence combined with faith fuels resilience, enabling you to endure difficulties and emerge stronger. Using faith in healing changes your entire experience of illness and recovery. It transforms fear into hope, despair into peace, and helplessness into empowerment. This mindset enriches not only your physical health, but also your emotional and spiritual well-being. Through faith, healing becomes a journey of renewal that touches every aspect of your life, deepening your connection to yourself and the greater life force. Now is the moment to embrace faith as your ally in healing. Trust the power within you and the divine forces at work. Affirm your belief in recovery daily through prayer, meditation, visualization, and positive affirmations. Care for your body with wisdom and kindness. Connect with supportive communities that uplift your spirit. And above all, hold steadfast to the hope that healing is possible, inevitable even when faith is your guide. When you use faith in healing, you open yourself to miracles, both subtle and profound, that restore your health, uplift your soul, and renew your spirit. Healing is your birthright. Let faith lead you to claim it fully, experiencing wholeness, vitality, and peace on every level. This is the power of faith in healing, the power to transform suffering into strength and illness into vibrant health. Chapter 12, When Vitality Sags, Try This Health Formula. Vitality, the vibrant energy that fuels your body, mind, and spirit, is essential for living a full and joyful life. Yet many people find their vitality waning over time due to stress, unhealthy habits, aging, or simply the wear and tear of daily life. When vitality sags, it affects your ability to work, think clearly, enjoy relationships, and engage fully with the world around you. You may feel tired, irritable, or even hopeless. But the good news is that vitality can be restored. There is a comprehensive health formula grounded in timeless principles and practical wisdom that can help you reclaim your energy and renew your zest for life. The foundation of this formula begins with nutrition, the fuel you give your body. The foods you consume directly impact your energy levels and overall health. Eating a diet rich in fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides your cells with the essential nutrients needed to function optimally. These foods supply vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals that protect against damage and support the immune system. Avoiding processed foods, refined sugars, and excessive unhealthy fats is just as important because these substances contribute to inflammation, fatigue, and disease. Hydration is another crucial factor. Drinking plenty of pure water aids digestion, detoxifies your body, and maintains cellular health. When you nourish your body with wholesome, natural foods and adequate water, you create a strong foundation for vitality. Equally important is incorporating regular physical activity into your life. Exercise stimulates circulation, strengthens muscles and bones, boosts cardiovascular health, and releases endorphins, which elevate your mood and reduce stress. Even simple activities such as walking, stretching, swimming, or yoga can dramatically enhance your energy and well-being. The key is consistency and enjoyment, finding movements you love so exercise becomes a joyful part of your daily routine rather than a chore. Physical activity also promotes better sleep, which is vital for restoration and energy renewal. Rest and quality sleep are often overlooked, but are fundamental to maintaining vitality. Your body needs sufficient rest to repair tissues, consolidate memories, and balance hormones. Without adequate sleep, fatigue accumulates, immune defenses weaken, and mental clarity diminishes. Prioritize creating a restful environment, dim lighting, comfortable bedding, and a regular sleep schedule to help your body and mind recharge fully. Avoid stimulants like caffeine or screen exposure before bedtime. When you honor the need for restorative rest, your vitality flourishes, Mental and emotional health deeply influence physical energy. Chronic stress, anxiety, and negative thinking drain your reserves and disrupt your body's balance. Cultivating a positive mindset through gratitude practices, affirmations, and mindful awareness reduces mental clutter and preserves your energy. Learn to recognize stress triggers and employ relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or prayer to calm your nervous system. Emotional resilience not only enhances vitality, but also protects you against illness and burnout. Nurturing your spiritual life adds a powerful dimension to the health formula. Faith, hope, and a sense of purpose provide meaning that fuels the spirit and revitalizes the whole person. Engaging in spiritual practices, connecting with a faith community, or spending quiet time in reflection nourishes your inner self and strengthens your capacity to endure challenges. When your spirit is nurtured, vitality flows more freely, and life takes on greater richness and joy. Avoiding harmful substances and habits is essential for maintaining energy and health. Excessive alcohol, smoking, recreational drugs, and overuse of stimulants like caffeine disrupt the body's natural rhythms, cause nutritional deficiencies, and increase oxidative stress. These behaviors may offer temporary boosts, but ultimately deplete vitality and invite illness. Choosing to live healthfully means saying no to such habits and embracing choices that sustain your body's natural energy. Regular medical care plays a vital role in sustaining vitality. Preventive checkups, screenings, and working with healthcare professionals to manage chronic conditions help you detect problems early and maintain optimal health. Use medical interventions wisely as part of your overall health strategy, combining modern medicine with natural and faith-based approaches. When vitality sags, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. The health formula encourages you to take small, manageable steps consistently, knowing that each positive action compounds over time. Gradually incorporate better nutrition, gentle exercise, restful sleep, mental and emotional care, spiritual nourishment, and healthy habits. Be patient and kind with yourself, recognizing that lasting vitality develops through ongoing commitment and balance. This holistic health formula recognizes that true vitality arises from harmony among body, mind, and spirit. Neglecting any area weakens your energy, but balanced care strengthens it profoundly. When you embrace this comprehensive approach, you reclaim your natural vitality and open the door to greater joy, resilience, and fulfillment. The path to renewed energy and wellness is within your reach. It does not require extreme diets, expensive treatments, or radical lifestyle changes. Only a steady commitment to nurturing yourself with love and wisdom. As you apply this formula, you will notice your body becoming stronger, your mind clearer, and your spirit lighter. You will greet each day with enthusiasm and strength, ready to meet life's challenges with vigor. Vitality is not a luxury reserved for the young or the lucky. It is a living force accessible to anyone willing to care for themselves holistically. When you follow this health formula, you move beyond mere survival and step into thriving, a life marked by energy, balance, and radiant well-being. Embrace this path today. Let nutrition, movement, rest, mental care, spiritual connection, and healthy choices guide you back to your fullest vitality. Watch as your life transforms, more energized, joyful, and vibrant with each passing day. Your best health is your birthright. Claim it now and live fully alive. Chapter 13. Inflow of new thoughts can remake you. Your mind is an extraordinary and powerful garden where thoughts are the seeds that determine what grows in your life. Every idea, belief, and mental image you nurture shapes not only your emotions, but also your actions, habits, and ultimately your destiny. If you find yourself trapped in negative patterns, feeling stuck, fearful, or defeated, it is because the thoughts you have allowed to dominate your mind have held you captive. The remarkable truth, however, is that you have the power to transform your entire life by inviting a steady inflow of new, positive, and empowering thoughts. This fresh mental current can remake you from the inside out, rewiring your beliefs, altering your behaviors, and reshaping your outcomes. Thoughts are far more than mere passing notions. They are creative forces with real influence over your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. When negative thoughts dominate, they breed anxiety, depression, low self-worth, and even physical illness. Conversely, positive thoughts cultivate hope, resilience, confidence, and health. The secret to personal transformation lies in consciously cultivating an inflow of new thoughts that uplift, inspire, and strengthen you. This is no small task because the mind is naturally inclined to repeat familiar patterns, often shaped by past disappointments, conditioning, or fear. The first step toward renewing your mind is awareness. Begin to observe the quality and frequency of your habitual thoughts. Are they supportive or self-sabotaging? Do they propel you forward or hold you back? This self-awareness is like shining a light into the shadowed corners of your mental landscape, identifying the weeds that need pulling and the fertile soil ready for new seeds. Once you recognize these patterns, you gain the power to intentionally select which thoughts you will allow to take root and flourish. Feeding your mind with positive, constructive inputs is essential to creating this inflow of new thoughts. Immerse yourself in uplifting books, inspiring lectures, motivating music, and conversations with encouraging people who believe in your potential. These inputs act as fresh water that flushes stagnant, limiting beliefs and fills your mind with hope and possibility. Like a river that revitalizes a parched land, new ideas cleanse and renew your mental garden, enabling growth where there was once barrenness. Affirmations serve as powerful tools to anchor new thoughts deeply into your subconscious mind. By repeatedly declaring positive truths such as, "I am worthy of success," "I am growing stronger every day," or "I attract opportunities and abundance," you reprogram your internal dialogue. The subconscious mind, which governs much of your behavior and emotional responses, accepts what is consistently repeated as reality, regardless of past conditioning. Affirmations act like gentle but persistent gardeners, tending your mental soil until empowering beliefs take firm hold. Visualization enhances this mental renewal by engaging your imagination to bring your desired future to life in vivid detail. Imagine yourself confidently achieving your goals, living with joy, health, and peace. Feel the emotions associated with this vision as if it is already your reality. This process trains your brain to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your vision, accelerating transformation. Countless successful individuals credit visualization as a key factor in their achievements because it rewires the brain toward positive outcomes. Faith is the invisible fuel that sustains this inflow of new thoughts. Faith is the unwavering trust that change is possible and that you deserve happiness, growth, and healing. It is the steady belief that unseen forces, whether divine, universal, or the inner wisdom of your own soul, are guiding you toward your highest good. Faith strengthens perseverance when doubts arise and renews your commitment to your mental renewal journey. Without faith, efforts to change thoughts may falter in the face of old habits and fears. It is equally important to guard your mind from negative influences that can choke your growth. Limit your exposure to pessimistic media, toxic relationships, and discouraging environments that reinforce limiting beliefs and fears. Protect your mental space as fiercely as you protect your physical health. Creating a positive mental environment allows the inflow of uplifting thoughts to flourish without competition from destructive voices. As you nurture new thoughts, you will notice profound changes in your feelings, behaviors, and external circumstances. Positive thinking breeds emotional resilience, creativity, and motivation. You will find yourself naturally taking actions that align with your renewed mindset, attracting opportunities, relationships, and experiences that reflect your transformation. This ripple effect underscores the profound power of the mind to shape reality. Remember that this mental renewal is an ongoing, lifelong process. Just as your body needs daily nourishment and exercise, your mind requires continuous feeding with fresh, positive ideas and insights. Commit yourself to lifelong learning, curiosity, and openness to growth. Each day offers a new chance to invite powerful new thoughts and deepen your transformation. The inflow of new thoughts can remake you entirely. It can free you from the chains of past limitations, open doors to possibilities you never imagined, and create a life filled with purpose, joy, and success. You hold the key to your mental garden. Today, choose to water it with thoughts that uplift and empower. Tend to your mind with care and watch your life bloom beyond your wildest dreams. Never forget, your mind is not fixed or static, but a dynamic field capable of remarkable change. When you welcome an inflow of new positive thoughts, you remake yourself, and through that, you remake your world. Embrace this power now. Step into the limitless potential waiting within you and watch your life transform in magnificent ways. Chapter 14, Relax for Easy Power. In today's fast-moving world where demands pile up relentlessly and pressure seems constant, many people live in a state of chronic tension. Shoulders are tight, jaws clenched, and minds racing nonstop. This constant stress is exhausting, draining your energy reserves and clouding your ability to think clearly or act decisively. Yet, the secret to true power, the kind of power that leads to success, creativity, happiness, and resilience, does not come from pushing yourself harder or grinding through exhaustion. It comes from learning to relax deeply, tapping into a natural, effortless energy that flows when body, mind, and spirit are in harmony. Relaxation is not just a break or a luxury. It is the foundation of easy power, the source of vitality, mental sharpness, and emotional balance. Many confuse relaxation with laziness or passivity. Real relaxation is much more dynamic. It's a conscious practice of releasing physical tension, quieting the mind's endless chatter, and surrendering control over outcomes that cannot be forced. This letting go shifts your nervous system from the fight or flight survival mode, which keeps your body in a state of high alert, to the rest and digest mode, a state of calm alertness where healing, restoration, and peak performance become possible. When relaxed, your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens and becomes rhythmic, blood pressure lowers, and your muscles soften. This physiological transformation frees up energy previously tied up in stress and allows your entire system to function at its best. The power of relaxation goes far beyond physical restoration. A relaxed mind is more creative, intuitive, and open to inspiration. When tension is released, mental clutter clears, and your consciousness expands to new possibilities. History's greatest thinkers, artists, and innovators have often credited moments of deep relaxation or quiet reflection as the times when their most brilliant ideas emerged effortlessly. In contrast, chronic stress narrows your mental focus, increases mistakes, and clouds judgment. Relaxation creates fertile ground in your mind where your best thoughts, problem-solving abilities, and creative insights can naturally arise. To access this easy power, it's vital to cultivate daily relaxation practices suited to your lifestyle and preferences. Techniques such as deep diaphragmatic breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, meditation, guided imagery, or gentle stretching can all swiftly bring your body and mind into a state of peace. Even brief moments, 5 or 10 minutes at regular intervals, accumulate substantial benefits over time, renewing your energy and focus. The critical factor is consistency. Relaxation must become a daily habit, woven into the fabric of your life, rather than an occasional indulgence or reactionary measure. Prayer and spiritual meditation offer especially powerful avenues for relaxation and inner strength. When you focus your mind on a higher power, a sacred mantra, or simply the breath itself, you detach from fears, worries, and mental noise. This spiritual relaxation reconnects you to an infinite source of calm, wisdom, and power that transcends your immediate concerns. Through prayer or meditation, you invite divine peace and guidance, replenishing your soul and deepening your faith in life's unfolding. Equally important in cultivating relaxation is learning to pace yourself and establish healthy boundaries. Overcommitment, the inability to say no, and constant rushing deplete your vitality quickly. By recognizing your limits and prioritizing rest and downtime, you protect your energy reserves. Saying no when necessary is not selfish. It is a vital act of self-care that enables sustained productivity and well-being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Relaxation replenishes that cup so you can continue giving your best in every area of life. Relaxation also profoundly improves your relationships. When you are centered and calm, your communication becomes clearer and more compassionate. You listen more deeply and respond with patience rather than irritation. Stress and tension create invisible walls between people, but relaxation opens your heart and fosters genuine connection and empathy. Easy power is not only about personal strength, it's about the ability to positively influence and uplift those around you. In moments of crisis or intense pressure, relaxation may feel impossible, but it is most essential then. Practicing relaxation techniques under stress builds resilience and mental clarity, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively or emotionally. Simple tools like mindful breathing, grounding exercises, or brief pauses can anchor you in the present moment, reduce anxiety, and sharpen your problem-solving abilities, even in the toughest situations. Ultimately, relaxation is the gateway to effortless power, the wellspring from which energy, creativity, clarity, and peace flow naturally and abundantly. By making relaxation a priority, you shift from struggle and fatigue into a state of flow and vitality. You learn to work smarter, not harder, accomplishing more with calm confidence rather than frantic effort. This easy power is sustainable and renewing, the true source of lasting success and happiness. Commit to developing relaxation as a vital daily practice and watch how your life transforms. Your body will regain strength and resilience. Your mind will sharpen and become more focused. Your spirit will lift and expand. You will meet each challenge with grace and each opportunity with enthusiasm. The easy power you seek is always within you, waiting to be accessed through the simple, profound act of relaxation. Embrace relaxation as your path to abundant energy, joy, and effortless success. Let go of tension, slow your pace, and open yourself to the natural flow of power that lies beneath the surface. This is not just a practice, it is a way of life that brings you into alignment with your highest potential and deepest peace. Relax for easy power and live fully alive. Chapter 15: How to Get People to Like You. Human connection is one of the deepest, most essential needs we have. Our sense of belonging, happiness, and even success often hinge on the quality of our relationships, whether with family, friends, coworkers, or strangers we meet. Yet many people struggle with building genuine rapport and making others like them naturally. The truth is, the art of getting people to like you is not about trickery, manipulation, or surface-level charm. It is about cultivating authentic warmth, empathy, and respect in every interaction. When you develop these qualities sincerely, you attract people effortlessly and build meaningful, lasting relationships. At the heart of likability is genuine interest in others. People are wired to want to feel seen, heard, and appreciated. When you truly listen, really listen to someone, giving them your full attention without interrupting or thinking about what to say next, you communicate respect and care. Ask thoughtful, open-ended questions about their lives, feelings, and experiences. Remember small details and follow up later. This shows that you value them as individuals. Everyone enjoys sharing their story with someone who genuinely cares. When you shift your focus from impressing others to understanding them, you lay the foundation for deep trust and liking. A warm, sincere smile is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools in your likability arsenal. Smiling naturally conveys friendliness, openness, and kindness. It breaks down invisible barriers and invites others to respond warmly. A genuine smile brightens your face and makes you instantly more approachable and trustworthy. Practice smiling with sincerity, not just as a polite gesture, but as a reflection of genuine goodwill. It's contagious, and it opens hearts without a single word spoken. Your body language speaks volumes beyond what you say. Maintaining good posture shows confidence and self-respect. Making appropriate eye contact signals attentiveness and honesty. Adopting an open stance, arms relaxed, facing the person, makes you appear approachable and welcoming. Conversely, crossing your arms, looking away, or fidgeting may signal discomfort, disinterest, or defensiveness. Mirroring the other person's gestures subtly creates rapport, as it helps them feel understood on a subconscious level. These nonverbal cues communicate empathy and friendliness, often more powerfully than words, drawing people closer to you. Kindness and genuine consideration are the currency of likability. Small acts of kindness, a sincere compliment offering help without being asked, showing patience when others are struggling, build goodwill and reveal your true character. Treating everyone with respect, regardless of their status or role, strengthens your reputation for warmth and generosity. People don't remember every word you say, but they never forget how you made them feel. When you consistently act with genuine kindness, you create positive experiences others want to repeat, fostering strong bonds. Negativity, criticism, and complaining are major turnoffs. People naturally avoid those who drain their energy with constant fault-finding or pessimism. Instead, focus on finding and expressing the good in people and situations. Practicing gratitude and speaking positively creates an uplifting atmosphere that attracts others. When you bring light, encouragement, and optimism into conversations, people are drawn to your presence like moths to a flame. Positivity is infectious and energizing. It invites others to be around you and share in your outlook. Humility and vulnerability foster genuine connection. Admitting your mistakes openly and laughing at yourself shows that you are approachable and real, not arrogant or defensive. People appreciate honesty and openness, which build trust. Recognize others' contributions, give credit generously, and celebrate their successes with genuine enthusiasm. Generosity of spirit creates warmth and loyalty. When you share your authentic self, including flaws and imperfections, you invite others to do the same, deepening mutual liking. Finding common ground and shared interests strengthens bonds. Whether through hobbies, values, backgrounds, or experiences, highlighting similarities creates a sense of belonging. Sharing laughter, stories, and passions builds rapport and lasting friendship. Be authentic in sharing your passions without dominating the conversation. Mutual exchange nurtures connection and mutual respect, making relationships richer and more enjoyable. Dependability and integrity are pillars of likability over time. Keeping your promises, being punctual, and acting with honesty build trust and respect. When people know they can count on you, their affection and regard grow naturally. Consistency between words and actions creates a solid foundation for strong relationships. Being reliable signals that you value others and honor your commitments, which endears you to those around you. Finally, cultivate genuine self-confidence rooted in self-acceptance. When you like and respect yourself, it shines through in your demeanor and invites others to do the same. Confidence balanced with humility creates a magnetic presence. Avoid arrogance or insecurity, which repel people. Embrace your strengths and accept your flaws. Authenticity is deeply attractive. People gravitate toward those who are comfortable in their own skin and radiate inner peace. Getting people to like you is not about pretending or changing who you are. It is about developing sincere qualities, interest, kindness, positivity, humility, reliability that foster authentic human connection. By practicing these principles consistently, you open doors to friendships, partnerships, and community. You become someone Others enjoy being around because you make them feel valued, respected, and cared for. Remember, liking is reciprocal. When you give warmth and understanding freely, it returns multiplied. The ability to connect deeply enriches your life and theirs. Make it your mission to be a source of light, kindness, and genuine interest in every interaction. Watch as your relationships blossom naturally, bringing greater joy, support, and meaning to your life. You have within you the power to attract friendship, respect, and love simply by being your authentic, kind, and interested self. Embrace this power now and transform your relationships and your life with the simple but profound art of getting people to like you. Chapter 16: Prescription for Heartache. Heartache is among the most profound and difficult experiences any person can endure. It strikes at the core of your being, shaking your confidence, disrupting your peace, and challenging your very will to carry on. Whether it comes from the loss of a loved one, the end of a cherished relationship, betrayal by a trusted friend, or failure to achieve deeply held dreams, heartache wounds your spirit and colors your world with pain. It can leave you feeling broken, isolated, and overwhelmed by sorrow. Yet within this deep suffering lies the possibility of healing, renewal, and even growth. The prescription for heartache is a path, a carefully charted journey of acceptance, faith, forgiveness, support, self-care, and purposeful living that can mend your wounded heart and restore your joy. The first and often hardest step in healing heartache is acceptance. It is natural to want to avoid pain, deny the reality of loss, or rush toward a false sense of normalcy. But true healing begins only when you allow yourself to feel the full range of emotions: grief, anger, confusion, sadness, or despair, without judgment or self-criticism. These feelings are the language of the soul expressing its wound. Suppressing or ignoring your pain only prolongs the healing process and leaves scars beneath the surface. By courageously accepting your heartache, you open the door to authentic recovery and transformation. Acceptance is not resignation. It is the recognition of reality that sets you free to begin anew. Prayer and spiritual connection offer some of the most profound relief and strength in times of heartache. Reaching out to a higher power, whether through formal religion, meditation, or quiet reflection, creates a sacred space where your pain can be poured out and comfort received. Prayer renews hope when despair threatens to overwhelm. It offers a sense of companionship in solitude and reminds you that you are never truly alone. This connection invites divine peace to enter your broken heart, bringing restoration beyond human understanding. Faith becomes the anchor that steadies you through the storm and lights the way toward healing. Forgiveness is another critical element in the prescription for heartache. Whether your pain stems from the actions of others or your own mistakes, carrying anger, resentment, or guilt acts as a heavy chain that binds your spirit. Forgiveness is the conscious decision to release these burdens, not to excuse wrongs or forget wounds, but to reclaim your freedom and peace. Holding on to bitterness only deepens your suffering and obstructs your path to joy. When you forgive, you create space in your heart for love, compassion, and hope to grow once again. Forgiveness heals not only the wounded heart, but also transforms the entire person, making room for new beginnings. Healing from heartache is not meant to be a solitary journey. Surround yourself with compassionate and understanding support, friends, family, counselors, or faith communities who can listen without judgment, offer encouragement, and remind you of your inherent worth. Sharing your story and feelings with trusted others lightens the emotional burden and helps you gain perspective. Isolation magnifies pain, but connection fosters resilience and hope. Seek out those who uplift your spirit and walk alongside you, providing comfort and strength. Nurturing your body, mind, and soul with loving self-care is vital to the healing process. Heartache can exhaust your physical reserves, cloud your thinking, and drain your emotional energy. Prioritize rest, nourishing foods, gentle physical activity, and creative or relaxing pursuits that bring you joy. Avoid harmful coping mechanisms such as excessive alcohol, drugs, or reckless behavior that offer only temporary numbness but deepen wounds over time. Treat yourself with kindness and patience. Recognize that healing is gradual and requires consistent care and attention. Your body and spirit need time to mend, and your commitment to self-care lays the foundation for renewal. Heartache can also serve as a powerful catalyst for personal growth and renewed purpose. Though it may feel like an ending, it often marks the beginning of a new chapter filled with greater insight, compassion, and strength. Use this time to reevaluate your values, set fresh goals, and embrace opportunities for self-discovery. Helping others who suffer, pursuing passions that ignite your soul, or engaging in service can transform your pain into purpose. By channeling your heartache into meaningful action, you reclaim your power and rebuild your life on firmer ground. It's important to remember that every heartache carries the seed of renewal. Like a mighty tree that loses branches in a storm but grows deeper roots underground, your spirit can emerge from heartache more resilient, wiser, and more compassionate. The wounds you bear can become your greatest teachers, shaping you into a fuller, richer version of yourself. This transformation is not automatic, but requires conscious effort, faith, and patience. The prescription for heartache is a comprehensive, holistic journey, embracing acceptance of pain, the solace of prayer and faith, the freeing power of forgiveness, the comfort of supportive relationships, the necessity of self-care, and the redirection toward purposeful living. It is not a quick fix or a simple remedy, but a path to profound healing and renewal. When followed with courage and commitment, it leads to the restoration of your spirit, the return of your joy, and the flourishing of your life once more. From the depths of sorrow and loss arises the light of new beginnings. Though heartache may bend you, it does not have to break you. Embrace this prescription with hope and determination. Trust in the healing power within and around you. Step forward into the future with a heart renewed, a spirit strengthened, and a life transformed by the wisdom born of pain. Chapter 17, How to Draw Upon That Higher Power. Life's challenges often come with a weight that feels unbearable. Whether it's personal loss, professional setbacks, health struggles, or emotional turmoil, there are times when your own strength seems insufficient. In these moments, relying solely on your own will and understanding can leave you feeling defeated, overwhelmed, or hopeless. Yet there exists within everyone a boundless source of strength, wisdom, and peace, what many call the higher power. This transcendent force is always accessible, ready to support, guide, and empower you if you learn how to draw upon it. Cultivating a deep connection with this higher power transforms your life, turning fear into faith, confusion into clarity, and weakness into resilience. The higher power is not confined to any particular religion or belief system. It transcends labels, dogmas, and doctrines. It is the universal energy or divine presence that flows through all existence, the source of creation, love, infinite intelligence, and eternal life. You may call it God, Spirit, Universal Mind, the Infinite, or simply the power greater than yourself. Regardless of the name, this power is available to all who seek it with sincerity and openness. The first essential step in drawing upon this power is humility, the willingness to acknowledge that you cannot do it all alone, that there is a force greater than your own limited self. Pride, self-reliance, and stubbornness often block this connection. Humility opens the door. It is the key that invites the higher power into your life. Prayer is the most direct and powerful way to communicate with the higher power. But true prayer is more than ritual or words repeated by rote. It is a heartfelt, honest conversation with the divine. In prayer, you bring your fears, hopes, doubts, gratitude, and desires before the sacred presence. You lay your burdens down, seeking not only help, but also guidance and alignment with a higher will. Prayer invites you to surrender control, to trust beyond your own understanding. It is a dialogue, a sacred exchange where you speak openly and then listen quietly. Prayer builds faith by reinforcing your awareness that you are never truly alone and that help is always near. Complementing prayer is the practice of meditation. Meditation creates a silent inner space where you can quiet the restless mind and open yourself to divine presence. In stillness, you learn to sense subtle whispers of intuition, inner peace, and profound wisdom that come from the higher power. Meditation helps you develop patience and acceptance in the face of life's storms, deepening your spiritual awareness. As your meditation practice deepens, your relationship with the higher power grows stronger, more intimate, and more sustaining. Faith is the bridge between you and the higher power. It is the unwavering trust in a power that is real, loving, and actively working on your behalf, even when circumstances appear bleak or confusing. Faith means choosing to believe in the unseen, holding on when doubts and fears rise. Like a muscle, faith grows stronger the more you use it, nurtured by prayer, meditation, and acts of courage. This faith empowers you to release anxiety and surrender control, knowing that a higher wisdom guides you toward your highest good. Surrender is a profound act of strength and trust. It is not passive resignation or giving up on life's efforts. Rather, surrender is the conscious decision to release the need to control every outcome, to let go of worry and fear, and to entrust your path to divine guidance. Surrender frees you from the paralysis of doubt and allows you to move forward with peace and confidence. It is an act of deep trust that the higher power sees beyond your limited perspective and leads you exactly where you need to be. Learning to listen for the higher power's guidance is vital. This guidance often comes subtly in feelings, thoughts, signs, or circumstances that gently nudge you in the right direction. Developing discernment and openness helps you recognize these messages. Keeping a journal to record insights and experiences can clarify the divine communication. Seeking wise counsel and reflecting on your inner promptings further illuminates your path. When you act upon this guidance, you deepen your connection and experience breakthroughs and blessings that surpass your own efforts. Gratitude amplifies your connection to the higher power. By acknowledging and giving thanks for the blessings in your life, both great and small, you open your heart and attract more goodness. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from fear to trust. It reminds you that the higher power is already at work in your life, sustaining and supporting you in ways you may not fully see. A grateful heart becomes a magnet for divine grace, living in alignment with spiritual principles such as honesty, kindness, forgiveness, and service, draws you closer to the higher power and clears the path for its power to flow through you. These virtues create harmony within yourself and in your relationships, removing blocks that hinder spiritual connection. When your daily actions reflect your spiritual values, you become a clearer channel for divine energy and influence. Your life becomes a living testimony to the higher power's presence. Remember, drawing upon the higher power is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. It requires commitment, openness, and regular practice. As you nurture this relationship, challenges lose their overwhelming grip. Peace becomes your constant companion, and your life gains deeper meaning and joy. The higher power is your unfailing source of strength, wisdom, and love. Always available, always present, ready to empower you beyond your wildest dreams. Embrace the invitation to draw upon this infinite wellspring. Open your heart with humility and faith. Commit to regular prayer and meditation. Surrender control and listen deeply. Live with gratitude and integrity. In doing so, you tap into a power far greater than your own. This connection transforms your journey, enabling you to face life's challenges with courage, clarity, and peace. It leads you to a life overflowing with purpose, fulfillment, and divine blessings.